Thank you very much, LCF Chairperson Nareshji. With this, we will move on to past International Director Line AP Singh, who is also the National Sightfirst Chairperson, setting up the context. How do we move beyond the horizon, and where do we go from here? So, over to PID AP Singh.
Good morning, friends. We have with us our LCF Chairperson who just spoke to us, our two international directors, technical advisors, past directors, and all of you here. We've referred to the years that we've gone through in this journey in setting up this conclave and the experience that we've gathered. Let me quickly get back now straight to the issue that I want to get across. Let's look at this backdrop of the Sightfirst activity in this country. 1925, Lions kind of validate a program for blindness prevention when they are addressed by the legendary Helen Keller. Many, many decades later, Lions adopt the core service program, the Sightfirst. A few years down the line, Lions in India pledge to take forward this program of Sightfirst. The Sightfirst program starts, and we start from those makeshift utilities where we do those cataract surgeries, and those used to be very different kind of surgeries, and we move towards setting up of permanent facilities in the hospitals in different parts of the country, and definitely MD 2322 plays a very major role there. So what are we doing? With every hospital that's set up, and you call it a Lions so-and-so hospital, each hospital is the property of the trust and the club that runs that hospital. But at the same time, when we say it's a Lions so-and-so hospital, we are definitely very rightfully taking advantage of a brand which is called Lions. So we need to protect the brand, we need to enhance the brand. So number one, it's a very rightful claim of the trusts and the clubs that run those hospitals to use that word Lions. That's what they should be doing, but it's also an important obligation to protect the brand. We are now at a stage where at these conclaves we must see to it, what are we doing? Are we doing the right things to protect the brand and to enhance the brand? The hospitals were funded under a Sightfirst program, the Sightfirst policies. The Sightfirst policies lay down the criteria for funding and tell you the way forward. The Sightfirst policies do not tell you what you cannot do. They never restrict us from taking up service programs, from taking up issues of administration. Many years ago, I remember we spoke to Dr. Mariotti and we spoke about setting up our standards and publishing our own hospital manual. And it was that inspiration that we came, and 3 years ago we published that manual. The point is that we need to talk facts here. I'm not too sure how many hospitals are referring to that manual, because we would have expected a feedback from the hospitals so that we move on to the next edition of the manual. It hasn't happened. Sightfirst tells us what it will fund us for. Sightfirst doesn't tell us what should your next steps be. Today we are talking of the diabetes program, and we are still looking for the opportunities to integrate the diabetic program into our own hospitals. India is the only country in the world where we have so many facilities, permanent facilities in the shape of Sightfirst hospitals, and these could be the stepping stones of a future long-standing diabetes delivery program. But where is it happening? Perhaps at this conclave we need to look at it. When we talk of Lions Clubs International, what is the future of Lions Clubs International? The future of service in Lions Clubs International, if Lions Clubs International has to be relevant in the next 100 years, is to be the Amazon of service. To be that platform which brings the needs and the resources and allows the conversations to take place so that those resources can be provided where the needs are. Are we moving in that direction, and how do we integrate the service? The diabetes program is perhaps one of the issues that we need to look at. NAHB and the quality issues are important. They're important for the survival of our programs. We'll look at it at this conclave. When we have Dr. Mariotti and the other technical advisors here, and the last point that I'll make is, when are the hospitals from India going to start looking at the opportunities of, very briefly, what Dr. Naresh Agarwal mentioned, the use of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is now a part of the international blindness prevention and rehabilitation of the blind. That's the way it's going. It's very aggressively being followed under a program called MINE by LV Prasad as well in this country. There are companies in Israel which have set up this equipment, and there could be others in other parts of the world where the visually impaired could wear, and it gives them a good sensation of the environment in which they are working, those artificial intelligence glasses. When are we going to move into that direction? They may not exist in the Sightfirst policies, but that doesn't restrict us for taking our policies there, because ultimately the Sightfirst policies is nothing written in cast in stone. They're always evolving documents. When are we going to be playing those roles? These are the issues that we will talk, and a lot more. Welcome to this conclave. We are short of time. Maybe somewhere during the conclave, if I get an opportunity to get back to you. Thank you very much.